look so nice to y'all. Now I gotta up price for y'all. Snake eyes on dice for y'all. Shoulders on ice for y'all. A6 all the hate. I won't get a ball today. Got lost in the ball.
We started with a scrap piece of MDF wood, cutting it 2 sides with a circular saw. I then started sanding, and when I say sanding, I mean a lot of sanding. And since this was a scrap piece of wood, there was a bunch of glue and Bondo from the last project that we used this piece for. So right here, I'm just scraping all that off with a chisel, getting it ready to sand this side as well. I then started painting with this Minwax whitewash wood stain, which is actually more like actual paint. It also didn't go down as well as I wanted it to, so I ended up sanding it and then repainting it to try to get it a better finish. The next day, of course, it started raining, so I moved on to the back porch so I could finish painting with a roof over my head, and the paint I'm using now is actual house paint, so it should go down way thicker and look way better. We then cut a 2x4 into 3 pieces, which is actually what we used to support the desk. We never screwed any holes into the desk to avoid having screw heads sticking out. Okay, so I got the whole desk built, and this is probably the part of the video that most of you are here for, and that is how to build the actual top-down rig. So, I'm going to show you the 4 things that you will need to build this rig. It is a super simple and super easy and cheap top-down rig. So, I'm going to go ahead and show you those right now. Okay, so what's actually going to be holding the camera is this 1/2-inch piece of just metal pipe, and we will cut that to length in just a second. My camera is not focusing. There it goes. We will cut that to length in just 1 second, and that will be suspended across from that wall to that wall using this. This is just a simple like curtain hanger, so you actually put it in on that side and then you slide it on this side, so you don't have to worry about trying to like jam the pipe into the spot, because if you just had that on both sides then it wouldn't really work. And then on that, the actual clamp part, we're gonna use this. It's just it says beam clamp on there. It's just a really simple clamp, just basically a piece of metal and a screw. And then to hold the camera is this bolt here. We're just going to use one of them, and there's a hole in the bottom of this clamp, if you can see that there. And this is just let's see if it can focus on that. Focus. Just a 1/4 20. I know it's not focusing, but it's a 1/4 20 bolt. There it goes. So it's a 1/4 inch around, and then the thread pattern is 20. So just one of those, and then that's basically it. So like I said, this is a super simple and easy top-down rig, so let's go ahead and start building it. We then screwed the curtain hanger into the wall, which, like I've already said, we use to hold the actual rig in the air. We then put a screw into the piece of metal so that it didn't roll or fall out while we were trying to put the camera in, and then we were done. So I noticed while editing this video that it might have been a little bit hard to understand how I actually made the rig, because I talked about it before but then kind of cut past a lot, so I'm going to show you guys real quick how it's actually put together. So like you guys actually saw in the video, it is hung up with these just like curtain hangers or whatever, and then on this side it has a screw in the bottom so that it doesn't roll around or anything. So this is the part that I actually skipped over, is how you put the clamp and the screw and everything, and that the clamp is just screwed on there. As you can see on the top there's just a screw that just clamps on it, and it doesn't go into it or anything, it just holds it there. And then this screw is screwed in from the back. There's also one on the bottom there, but it's screwed in on the back here, and that makes it so the camera faces straight down and not like facing out. So you just screw the camera onto that and it'll face straight down. With the combination of what I filmed earlier in the video and now, I hope that helps you guys understand how this rig is actually made, and for you guys to make it yourself if you're trying to make a top-down rig for fairly cheap and not spending a few $100s. So I actually never did film an outro for this video, so I'm going to film it right now. I hope you guys enjoyed this, and I hope it was helpful, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Later.